Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. Tricky Brix roll call. Moto, Holly, Kara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the Tricky Bricks Build and Chat Show!
Ahoy, hoy, friends.
Ahoy, hoy, friends. Hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome. How are you? We are back from our... I'm going to tilt this up a little bit.
From sunny Southern California
adventure. It was a good time. And gosh, it felt like we were away forever. Like forever.
It's true. We're surrounded by Lego friends.
It was a really good time, though. I will say that.
I think the sun could come out a little bit. It's a little cool looking.
There we go. How's that? The sun will come out on Sunday.
Wow.
There. Hopefully we don't get locked. We don't get blocked for that. I know. Sorry. You're done. You're done. Yeah. So it's taking a minute to kind of get back into the groove here. I'm like,
It's true. I'll get up in a minute and get us coffee. We've been playing Animal Crossing already, though.
Well, it's kind of what you do, right? Sorry, I'm just doing a couple things here.
All right.
On the...
Hey, we still have our spooky skull.
There we go.
Ooh,
there we go.
Lovely lavender glow.
It's like we're on Twitch. Look with our lights.
Hey, look,
with our fancy
there's
lights and
people
stuff.
watching.
There are, everybody. Hello, all. So good to see you. So we are going to have a show and do a thing and do some stuff and talk about some things.
Some of our friends will be here. We'll talk about other friends we saw this week.
Yes, we will. We will. And I'm going to attempt to find a thing that I needed to find to show you all because it's pretty bonkersly amazing, I got to say. Well, at least it is to me. Whether or not you think so is another story.
Well, so do you have any idea where that is? Hey, Alexander,
I'm going to have to look for it. So, okay. All right. But while we are just sitting here yammering on and on, why don't we invite on some of our amazing crew?
All right, then. I'm playing with a 1x4 tile here like it's a... Oh, sorry, smash my finger.
Like it's some kind of thing. You did smash your finger in the very dangerous hotel room.
Southern California, it was very dangerous.
Okay, so first up, we have got from somewhere in the middle left part of the United States from Lego Masters Season 2, it is Moto. Hi, Moto.
Hi, Moto.
Hello. I don't know what middle left is, but I guess I live there.
I don't either. I have to say that I am entirely... devoid of understanding of any kind of geography, so you could be anywhere really.
If we haven't been
middle left works for me. Middle left. I'm middle left in the United States. What time zone are you? Middle left.
Well, once we go to a convention there, we'll know where it is.
So yeah, exactly. So golly, we've got what have we got? Who else have we got here today? Oh, somebody that we just spent a whole lot of time with over the last week, and we're excited to spend more time with. Kara is here. Hi, Kara.
Hi, Kara.
Hey, how is everyone?
Good. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
It's been forever.
It's been ages.
And we could take just a moment to say happy birthday, Kara.
Yes, happy birthday, Kara.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Very good. And also, now that was yesterday was your birthday.
Yep.
And today, well, I don't know if she's here, but if she stops in, be sure and wish my mom a happy anniversary. It is my parents' 51st anniversary today.
Oh, how awesome.
So very exciting for them. I know she'll be, I think she'll be in later. I should text her and tell her that she should stop by.
Stop by and get the anniversary wishes. Moto, maybe we should be calling you Moto Stash. That's a very nice mustache you got going there.
Yeah, what's also different is I have a new green hoodie because the other one died. So
It looks similar to your last green hoodie.
It is, but it's a brighter green, which means that I can do things like this.
Oh my! That is wow. You look so greebled. That is very disturbing in some way. Oh, no. No. There's mom. There's mom. My mom's here now. You can all
Happy anniversary.
Say happy anniversary to my parents. It's awesome. I'm so excited that they are that she stopped by today. So golly, I don't know. What have we got going on? Everybody's here. Oh, pins. How about pins? Why don't we kick off with pins? I know Blair is having some sort of like cat issue, but we were actually very fortunate to come into probably enough pins to last us until, time immemorium at this point. But it was a good time. And so, Cara, why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, all of the pins that I personally got are still in the car because that's how fast I unpack things. But I have one of Paint Pusher's awesome new pins, Mr. Toad.
That's so good. Very cool.
He looks pretty cheerful for being a hardened criminal.
He is pretty cheerful.
Who goes to hell, apparently, at one point. And I'm not making that up, folks.
No, it's in the ride.
It's in the ride. So yeah.
So it's true.
You made it back.
You know it's true.
All right, Moto. What have you got for us?
I have a pin that is a bit of a historic nature pin. You've never seen this one before. So I just dropped it. But in 2002, there was a very historic event, and this pin commemorates it, which was 75 years of service at 7-Eleven.
Wow. That is a lot of Slurpees.
Oh, wow.
So 75 years of convenience. And this year would mean that it's 95 years of convenience.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Easily obtainable sugar since 1927.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That is my pin. My 7-Eleven,
cool.
75 years of convenience in 2000.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, what have we got?
Well, I've got a brand new... Right there, Oswald.
Very cute.
And he's actually, this one comes with a pair. Oswald's, I think, girlfriend
Yes.
is about to get some flowers, and we'll share her on another show.
And I have Petulant Tinkerbell. Which I was very, very happy to find.
She's got like Pat Benatar's mouth.
Well, in general, most of the pins, everybody's always smiling and happy. So I always love finding the ones where they're a little less than excited.
I don't know. Other than the hair, I think she's looking a lot like Pat Benatar.
Okay.
A little bit of David Bowie for me.
Yes, there's a little bit of Bowie going on there.
A little bit of Bowie coming through. Tinker Bowie.
Oh my goodness. Let me see. So I'm gonna pop open the chat here on YouTube so we can see who is visiting with us today. So make sure and give a shout out in the chat so that we can give you a shout out. Say hi to everybody who's here.
Do you want to search for your special thing?
I could do that. While do you all know have something to chat about while I'm gone? Will you be able to?
I bet we'll come up with something.
Okay. I will quickly see if I can't chase this down, and I will be. I got to put on Petulant Tinkerbell. And then I will be right back. And I will promise you that I did not have this face at all ever the entire time I was gone.
I can show you that I bought a set at a thrift store yesterday.
What did you get?
So this is kind of fun.
Only kind of fun?
This is Vikings chess.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
2006. And I looked on BricksLA. There's only 4 of these for sale on BricksLA right now in the US.
Well, it's got the Lego logo there.
Yep.
I love that case.
but this thing is crazy because it has every single part completely intact. Well, I just dropped it.
Oh.
Whoa!
Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
Soldier down.
Yep. But it is completely intact. Every part's accounted for. It has one tiny little ding in the cardboard at the bottom, but that's it. Otherwise,
That's
Wow.
What a
cool.
great score.
Yep.
That is amazing.
I love this thing. So I'm going to be able to play chess now on a Lego chessboard with my
And
son.
does small art director play chess?
He does.
Very
He
good.
does.
Of course he
One
did.
time he clocked me. I had no idea how he did it, but he just absolutely just beat me, and he was laughing and pointing at me the whole time.
Laughing and pointing.
Checkmate, Daddy.
He's like, ha 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 ha! You lose.
Let's see. What have we got here? Okay, so let's say hi to everybody who's here. We've got Alexander 23Z is here. Apples is here from Europe. Beskar Brix, hello. Brickaroo Bonsai, Brix O'Brien. Hey, Brian, great to see you. Carolyn, CCCCCCCC. Chris Binge watching Afterlife Chalice. All right, then. Chunky Monkey is here. Colin Hines, Darren Siegfried, David Wilkie, Doc Sampson, my mom. Hi, Mom. Fabby Fan MKE, Heather Roz, Hooded One, Jake Sadovich, John Luttrell, and Vicky. Hello. We've got Johnny Cat. Hi, Johnny. Good to see you. We thought about you a lot this week. Lego Don is here. Don and Phil, hello. We've got Lisa Head, who we got to see, and hello this weekend. We've got
Matthew
Builds Bricks, Mini Fig Chick, Mini Fig Nick, Monica Berry, Moto, and Mr. Ellie Daniel 1. The M-scapades have arrived. We have got PT McEwen is here. We got to also see this weekend, which was awesome. We got Patrick Wismer, Phil and Don are here again on separate accounts. Rob Ketcherside is here. Rob Zaccardi and the Zaccardis, Lana, Elena, and Vanessa. Hello. We've got Spot the Magic Ninja. How's it going? And the Hornburgers. Ahoy, hoy, Hornburgers. So good to see you. And of course, bonsoir to Wilfred, wherever you may
are.
be. And of course, Zarakino, Kim. So wow, that was quite the list. You come back from a little ways away, and then it's a
And
big
so
list.
I guess Beskar Bricks. We're talking Mandalorian here, right? Like
yes,
Beskar armor.
That's
Beskar
wow.
Steel, yeah. Look at you.
Look at you and your Star Wars trivia.
He's amazed that I knew a thing.
Hey, David
High
Robinson
five.
is here. How's it going?
I know. It's right there, Moto.
Boom.
Oh my goodness, you did. I'm so glad you remembered. I'm so glad you remembered a thing. Well, we certainly got a lot of Mandaloriana when we were at Disneyland. So
It's true. Well, and now the Mandalorian's, forebear is all over television as well.
yes, it's true. And
We've
now
got
the Boba Fett.
an over 60 superhero.
I gotta say how awesome that is. Okay, I just gotta say how awesome that is. That the two stars of Book of Boba Fett are both over 50, and one is over 60. Like that is, I am 100% here for that. So good.
Boba Fett is not putting up with any guff.
No, blood definitely not putting up with any.
I know,
guff,
he's
but-
being nice about it.
Okay, and actually we've got somebody who snuck in here in the green room after
Who is
a
it?
catastrophe of a morning, from what I understand.
Look at it. It's all the time.
Blair.
All the time, Blair.
Hi, Blair.
Boy,
How are you?
I'm doing a little better now. I was setting up the studio lights, and right now we have. Let me grab her. We have. Oh, little Miss Danger Muffin is living the donut life.
Oh.
She got spayed, so we have them separated, and which has been causing us a little bit of a furry headache. But she was trying to
my
eat my
God.
studio lamp, like the lighting. She's like eating the aluminum. I don't know. She's going a little stir crazy, just a little stir
Is she a
crazy.
little miffed about being spayed? She's not so sure.
I mean, she's just back to normal so quickly. So she's just bouncing off the walls and wants to get into
Yay.
everything, which is cool at the same time as being a little bit troublesome because we needed to get her through that first week while still maintaining some level of chill. So now she's trying to unplug the computer here. She's danger muffin for sure. Oh my god.
With that donut, she looks like she's ready for a cross-country flight.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes.
say.
Yes.
With her glamorous neck pillow.
She has
Yeah,
slept
she's hanging
some
out in the
interesting
cat port.
positions.
So I found the thing that I was looking for. And I have to share this because, first of all, I didn't even know this was a thing at all. And then now I know it's a thing
Now
and
you're
I'm
pretty
obsessed. And you can ask anybody that was at BricksLA. I was cradling this like a small child for hours, carrying it around. I was just obsessed.
Talking to it.
I did talk to it.
Did it talk back?
In my head.
But it's understandable when you see what it is.
Okay, so we ran into our friend Gwyneth, who was at BricksLA, and I also wanted to mention, like, yes, we were at BricksLA. It felt very safe. It was all masked. Everybody had to show proof of vaccination. So it was a really positive experience. It was a very small experience.
Yep.
Much, much smaller than most that I've ever been to, but I will say that it felt comfortable and safe, which was nice.
Thanks in no small part to Aileen and John.
Yeah, who did a fantastic job putting it together. I brought my brick rings and they were a big hit. Like everybody wanted a brick ring. So I had people coming up to me like, brick ring, I need a brick ring. So
Are you the ring guy?
I'm the ring guy. Are you the ring guy with rings? So definitely come find me at Brix Cascade because I will have more of them, and I'll be giving them out. And I think I'm actually going to do a challenge on the rings this time for Brix Cascade. Is that if you get a ring and you decorate it, and then I'll have something to give away as a prize. There you go.
Yes, Monica Berry. I saw 100% mask compliance.
Yes, I think the only time we didn't have a mask on was like the 5 seconds that we took to take a photo
holding our breath
with Brian Ferks, who was there. We got to finally meet Brian from season 2
of Brian and Lauren.
And I gotta say, like, the experience of filming the show and knowing what people are like as compared to what they are, how they are portrayed on a show, is a very different experience. And even though I knew, of that experience and what that's like from our end, I didn't really get a sense so much of what Brian was truly like from being on the show. And not that I, thought that he was a bad person or anything. I just didn't get a good sense of his personality. He is the most delightful, wonderful, sweet guy. Like, just what a positive, and he has this little giggle, and he is a great builder. Yes, as well. We got to see some of his micro castle builds that he'd done, and he won a trophy, and it was he was just a delight. Moto, you are so lucky to have gotten to share a screen with him. What a wonderful person. We've got a still shot Moto.
You broke Moto.
Oh no, I broke Moto by talking about Brian. I know you miss him, Moto. It's okay. You'll see him again. Oh, I mean, I look forward to the next time I get to see and hang out with him. Hi, Chris Beamish. Hi. There was. I thought they were really a lot. I thought he was really fun and really delightful. So I got to wait till I know. And I'm just teasing this thing that I got. So anyway, back to this. We were having we were there saw our friend Gwyneth, who is actually going to be with us in the Lego house at the same time next year or this year. Oh my goodness, next year. I've said next year's for so long. Like I've been saying next year for 3 years. That finally, it's gonna be this year. We are going to be doing they're going to be there with her. She's going to be showing off her Beatles album covers, which are just incredible. Like far and away, one of the more amazing things I've seen at a Lego show. Really, really well done. So she has recently really, really gotten into Belleville. Really gotten into Belleville. Hooded One, the Lego house trip is at the end of September of this year. So September, I believe, like 25th, somewhere around then. It's same weekend as Scareback. Correct. I think I need coffee. I can't. I'm reaching for words again.
More coffee.
So I go over and Gwyneth has a unopened Belleville set that she had got. And it was I want to see. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I can look up what it is that she got.
Oh my gosh! I'm on the edge of my seat, Flynn.
I know.
You're killing me here.
I know. Well, you gotta keep people around somehow. That's the whole reason we've been married so long, is because I just keep being like, and then this really cool thing's gonna happen tomorrow. I just say that daily.
What?
Whoa, that is cool.
Yeah, it is. It's, I gotta say, pretty epic. So let me pop this up here real quick. So Belleville had, oh no, come on, not there. Belleville actually did a mermaid line. Okay. There is, Hooded One. That would be so awesome. I mean, I'm sorry that your trip to Japan got canceled, but it would be so awesome if you were at the Lego house. And it would be awesome if people were there. We would totally love that. And I'm going to look up this. So Belleville did a mermaid line. Or not a line. They did a castle. And it is, she had this unopened Belleville mermaid set that I had never seen before. And the funny thing is, I've seen pieces from it, but never actually seen the set itself live in person, or that it even existed. So it was quite the exciting new Belleville experience. So thank you. Thank you, Minifig Chick. I'm trying to find a picture of it on BricksLink on BricksSet, because they usually have really good pictures of things. So there she is with her brand new unopened set, and she opened up a couple of the bags because she's like, I already have most of this, but some of the things I don't have the whole thing, so I wanted to get this. And she's actually doing an in-depth whole Belleville research project with Belleville. And okay, here we go. So I finally have it after all that. Let's see. We've got, there we go. So there is, and also Moto's back.
Hi guys.
There is, I know it's small. I apologize. I'll see if I can make it a little bit bigger. We can't really zoom in, but I can do that. There we go. So there is the Belleville Mermaid Castle. And when I saw one of the things on this Mermaid Castle, I was like, I need to find one of those. And
that horse. Oh my gosh.
The seahorse. It is trans green, by the way. It's like a trans green seahorse
chariot,
right? And when I saw this one particular thing, I was like, I have to find this. I have to get this. I don't need the whole set, but I just need this one thing. And bless her heart, Gwyneth said, you know what? I already have one and I don't need a second one. And I'll just add that one to this set. So here, I want you to take this, which I thought was so delightful. So I have in my possession my new, so you know how Aubrey has a Belleville sig fig? I now have my Belleville sig fig. It looks nothing like me, but that doesn't matter. I now have the Mermaid King.
King Trite Flynn.
And he actually has like jointed legs under his tail. Now he came with a crown, and I was like, I don't need the crown. I just need him. And I gotta say, the most remarkable thing about this, not only is it a merman with like an amazing sparkly tail, he in fact has an anchor tattoo
Oh, great.
on his arm. So
awesome.
you can imagine, I was beside myself.
He was your little
with
pal
delight
for the whole convention.
He was. I was carrying him around like in my hand, like this the whole time.
It was like your own little elf on a shelf.
It's like those kids
Absolute
when they have
treasure.
to carry around an egg and take care of it for a few weeks.
It was
Yes.
exactly like that, Moto. I was like, I can't drop him.
Yeah.
It was like merman on the divan.
Yeah, merman on the divan. Yeah, that's our new thing for Christmas next year. So I plan on doing quite a few mocks featuring the merman because he's just so amazing. I think you can all agree with me
And
that
then
was a pretty epic gift.
Then
It's
the
pretty
ride almost looks like
He needs some
Daryl
spinach.
You could do Splash, like a gender swapped Splash mock.
There you go. That is exactly what needs to happen.
Well,
That'd be
by
fun.
at least
Bye,
I wish
Mom.
you some hot cocoa in the midst of that snowstorm.
Happy anniversary. Don't get snowed in. Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. So was it worth, I would say that was worth the buildup. I know it was a lot of buildup, but that was like,
Totally worked.
that was totally worth the buildup in my personal
It's like a
opinion.
level 12 hype train.
It was absolutely that.
Unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
So we did get an awesome goodie bag at BricksLA with some pretty awesome pieces in it. I got to say, some of those blue branches, those medium azure branches from Hidden Side, totally cool. And a bunch of these, which I was excited about, those like sort of inverse slope,
great.
like curved slopes in red.
And Paint Pusher and I both won in the sort of raffle. We both won giant bags of Technic.
Oh yes. And I got probably of interest to Blair and Moto. I got these
those are good.
cool
We got
little
those too. Yep.
claw guys. It was a pretty good little gift pack. Yeah, I've got
Awesome.
I got lots of these if anybody is interested, because we probably
those are pretty
Got
common.
some Hidden Side branches in there.
Sorry, what was that, Moto?
They look like some Bionicle components I see all the time at the tables at back.
Yeah.
Bricks and minifigures.
Yeah, they that's pretty cool. Now we got and also this, which is interesting. This
Ooh, I
little
like
I don't
that.
know what this is from.
Yeah, we got those too.
It's a measuring stick for brick height.
I wonder
Is
if it's from like a
Looks like
sports set or something.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
Like it's
wondering.
one brick tall, so you can measure brick height.
No, it's a little shorter than that.
No, it's a little bit shorter than a brick. Actually,
it's more like the top of a cube.
I bet you Kara is looking it up right now.
How did you know?
Huh.
Is it 1x8?
All right,
tile?
Chunky Monkey, we'll see you later.
It
Oh,
looks
it's from the world map. I heard it's from the world map is what.
Oh, wow.
Well, the divisions are one.
David Wilkie says
Good.
circus set. So we got a couple of theories going now.
Oh my goodness. Check
Yeah,
this
it's-
out.
one stud by one stud there.
From the Palace Theater, I got a couple of gold tiles with the stars on them.
Oh, I love those.
Oh, I think that particular tile was also in a Legoland exclusive set with the family. I want to say
Oh, very good.
That off like a long time ago.
But those are so and we got some like the snot pieces that are on the corner.
Is that the dark yellow?
And that's that dark yellow. Speaking of yellow, has anybody seen the new yellow color yet? It's like highlighter.
Yeah.
It's like fluorescent yellow.
So does it glow in black
I've
light?
heard of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I have not seen it.
It
I
definitely
saw a
does.
picture of it online compared with the regular yellow, and it was very bright. I will say that.
It's
Now-
a little bit translucent as well, just a tiny bit.
Oh,
Just
I wonder
by
so is it that crispier kind of material that, you know, like some of those branches are a different material?
It almost feels a little lighter, but it's supposed to be just ABS.
Now, Aileen gave some Lego news.
She did give some Lego news, which was, well, we'll see. But that the BricksLA that we attended. Hey, Scott, how's it going?
Hi, Scott.
That we is that was the kind of last official BricksLA.
They're technically on hiatus.
Yeah, technically they're on hiatus, but they're exploring some other options. But that was in fact the for the time being anyway, the last official BricksLA for a while.
And why is that?
So I'm definitely glad that we got to be there.
Going out on a high note of it's a weird term to use for a Lego convention, but it was intimate. You know, it was just builders. It was just AFOLs.
It was a really interesting. It was interesting because for me anyway, and I don't know, Cara, I'm sure you probably felt the same way, but I actually got a chance to really talk to the builders. I mean, they were all people I knew.
But at length,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but I got to talk to them at length without the and there were no stanchions, which was amazing. So we could really get like right there and talk about it. Learned an incredibly exciting new method for trees from Shy Time is My Time. We got to see him and hang out with him in person, which was really great.
It was pretty brilliant organic technique. He made a military piece that had these two factions facing off and just
With his friend,
kind of
they did it together,
like
I think.
battalions of medieval soldiers that were very regimented and squared off, and then these very rounded, bubbly trees. Like cherry blossom trees.
Yeah, and this was also, I should mention, like his invention, like the technique. Yeah. Like, so, he showed us how to do it. He even gave me some of the pieces to pull it off, which is cool because it involves, the old school flowers that come 4 on a sprue. So, he showed us how to do that. And I'm actually going to be working on that a little bit on my Twitch stream on Tuesday. And we are going to be incorporating it into our piece for the Lego house. I got his permission to use it. And he was so funny. I was like, he was so excited. He was just like, a technique that I made is going to be in the Lego house. This is amazing. I was like, yeah, absolutely. If that's okay with you, we would love to use it. And he was super into it. So that was great.
It is basically like, could you come up with a rarer technique? Let's do a technique with a really rare piece.
Yeah, that is the one thing though. When I went to go look for those flowers on the sprue at on Bricklink, they are stupid expensive.
I feel like they were on a pick and build wall like 6 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. They just there are certain colors like red and white you can absolutely get tons of. But when you start getting into the pinks and some of the colors that we would want to use for our piece, they were a little more difficult to find. So crossing fingers that we are able to get our hands on enough to make some of these trees that we want to do. But I'm going to be working on it.
Is it like where you can make a rounded topiary kind of shape with them?
Yes, it's sort of.
I've seen that before. Yeah,
like making a fabric that you lay over.
Yeah, it was really fascinating how it was done. I was just really, really blown away. And I mean, I know he came up with it on his own. Maybe somebody else has done it before in the past too, but learned it from him. And what another really great guy. Like we had a really great time with him. And you know who we met at Disneyland? Pan Fred Nudo. We totally had dinner with him at Disneyland,
From
and
Twitch.
it was a blast from Twitch. He's been on here on a Sunday. He came on one of our Sunday shows, but that was delightful. He was such a delight. Like what a fun guy.
Scott-
and exactly the way he is on his show is the way he is in person.
We did not
it's
see a nudo dance.
No, we didn't see a nudo dance, but we did get to hang out with him, and he was really fun. We sat in Tomorrowland and had dinner in view of Space Mountain in the background.
Scott Caswell, you make a good point in that the trees from the blacksmith shop are really, really well done too.
Yeah,
great, and Winnie the Pooh as well.
Winnie
right?
the Pooh tree was really good too, especially utilizing all those three leaf things. And Marilyn Parmley is here. We got to see Marilyn and
Marilyn
Steve
Parmley
and
was
their
just
son
great
David.
to see you.
So that was it was really fun, and I've been, we are so now all tapped into the online, the online thing. And I know a lot of people, I know we went to the Bricknick, and that was a thing too. And I know Moto, you've been to quite a few events and stuff, but for us, this was really like our first, besides the Bricknick, this was our first big sort of thing to do. And it was, really, really wonderful to make those in-person connections. I'll just say that.
And so why is BricksLA going on hiatus?
It's
Is it
unclear.
just an interest thing, or just
It's
no reason
unclear,
given?
but I know that Aileen and John got married, and John lives in Canada and does BrickCan, and I believe that she moved up there to be there with him. So running a convention that's in LA from Canada is probably, and also, Marilyn says Aileen's mom is moving, who helps out a lot with the convention as well. And I also understand that it is quite expensive to put on in, anything in California is ridiculously expensive. So.
Well, they're putting their Wonder Twin powers to great use.
Yeah, so I believe we'll see. I'm sure we'll probably see a bigger focus on BrickCan from them. And they did make a point to say it's not over, it's not completely finished. We are going to be doing other things. It's just we're exploring what those other things might be right now. So
Well, and they've been doing pretty well with the virtual stuff. So they had a virtual thing yesterday. I know Monica attended. I didn't. We had an errand to run and couldn't attend. So she will probably be doing more of those. She calls it the what is it? Brick? What is it? Brick brunch. She calls it Brick brunch.
Brick brunch.
Now,
And by the way,
yes, Cara.
those tiles with the 1 through 8 numbers on them.
Yes.
They are from 2 new 2021 educational sets about motion learning.
Oh, cool.
So they're called Brick, spelled BRICQ, Brick Motion Essential sets. So,
I think the English teachers are going to have something to say about that.
well, you know what?
But not the lawyers, because you can trademark something that's misspelled.
Yeah.
Hey, and you know what else? I got to show this off. What else I got 50 of that I was very, very excited about? Trans clear headlight brick.
Yeah, that's
I
a
love
new
those.
element for 2022.
Trans clear headlight brick.
Great.
It's
So
new?
excited for those.
It's not new.
New
can't be
Elementary
new.
had it on the list, so I assume they know what they're doing.
Then they must. I mean, unless they changed a mold, I have a few of those already.
Yeah, I have a few too,
Yeah,
but
I'm
not
pretty
50.
sure I have a lot.
So-
Although New Elementary was wrong on that other one too, with that quarter round tile.
Yep. Well,
I think, however, though, you got to cut him a lot of slack. That is the longest New Elementary highlights, new parts, new molds, and recolors list I have ever seen. So
yeah, a lot came out in January.
Yeah.
That was insane.
I'm still scouring it and trying to fill up a Bricks and Pieces order on the website, but I keep escalating and then having to scale back. So we'll see.
Yeah, the on Brick Link, the earliest mention of trans clear headlight bricks is 2010. So maybe it is a new mold.
Yeah, they've been modifying quite a few things, so they're doing some improvements. There's probably a few molds that had to be retired in the last couple years too, with just the sheer amount of production going on. I'm sure that a
probably true.
lot have undergone a lot.
Oh,
Of
when have you ever seen a headlight brick in a set?
Oh, check it out. So here's the aforementioned flowers.
Oh yeah.
Shai gave me a nice bag of them to use. So these are the ones, and these light pink ones are the most difficult ones to get your hands on. At
Of
least
course
Is that old light pink or is that new light pink?
I think it's old. It's kind of gray.
it's older.
Yeah.
Now these are easy. Like these ones are easier to find.
Yeah.
The dark
Yeah.
pink ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave me a fair amount of white ones. Now they had some red ones for sale there at the convention, but red's not really in our color scheme for trees.
Not for trees.
So we're gonna I'm gonna have to go on to BricksLA and see what I can find. And if anybody out there happens to have like a bunch of these, I will gladly pay you for them, or trade you for them to use in our Lego house piece. So, yeah.
Hey, Squid Kid's here.
Hey, Diggy, how's it going?
Now, I have a hard-hitting question for the panel, but I think we need to do something else first.
Everybody's liking the stash moto, by the way. It's getting a lot of comments
It's
in
true.
the.
Glad someone noticed that I shaved off the rest of the beard while my internet was out.
I was going to
Yes.
say that just happened.
Well, Richard, you said if I was going to shave, I needed to keep the mustache for a little while, just so you could see it.
Yay! Well, we never get to see your hair down except in amazing cosplay photos, but I think you got a whole thing going on now. Now, of course,
That's funny.
Blair always has an impressive mustache.
Oh yeah, Blair's is like
Very good. All right, friends. It is time, in fact, for the. Whoops! It is time, in fact, for the pause that refreshes. He already heard it. I know. I love that Moto's slowly been shaving off his beard through stream, and people are just now noticing. All right, everybody, before he climbs. Oh no, you're early for your entrance, buddy. It is. Oh my God, Logan cookie time.
He is
He is very excited. He was very excited when we came back on Friday. He was all over the place. Oh, what a good boy.
Oh, he's slobbering.
Oh,
all over your
slobber.
hand.
And your
Oh,
arm. Oh,
see?
cute.
Hi, Slobbery.
Yay, Logan. And we don't have Skittles today because we don't have Holly today.
Okay, one last
But,
one here. Can you catch it off your nose even on TV? Okay, stay.
Nothing.
That's really hard, but you tried.
Yay, buddy.
Everything is covered in slobber now.
Yay, Logan. Dun, 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 dun. Imperial. And that has been
Logan
Cookie Time. Rancor.
Oh yeah.
yeah. If you give Rancors a cookie, they bond with you emotionally for life.
So that's a
Oh,
Rancor.
yes.
Okay.
Someone in the chat suggested that the Rancor is the new cute Grogu for 2022.
Yes, that was Duck Sampson. Yes, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
Okay,
so
here's my hard-hitting question for the panel.
oh my, here we go.
There's a huge Lego merger happening, and I'm interested to hear what you have to say about it.
Yes, so some of the big Lego news coming out this week, and I posted about it a little bit in our Discord, is that Lego is now combining online Pick-a-Brick and Bricks and Pieces into one big catalog. So no longer will you have to go to one and to the other. And I just read about this too. Those orders will now count towards points.
So gone are the days of having to pretend you're just replacing your missing 500 pieces.
You're missing 500 sheep from your set. Yes.
So what do you think, panel?
As long as it works.
Yeah, there have been some interesting improvements to the missing pieces bag thing. I noticed I went back to try and amend a bag that I had filled up in December and it was still there. You're allowed
No
to
way,
edit
really?
it now.
Yeah.
However, I've also been encountering some interesting glitches with that, which is that if I step away and then I come back again, it was like redoubling my order. So I keep having to like sift through, and if you delete one, it moves a different one, and it's gotten a little crazy. So I have to place my order by the end of today because it's become too chaotic. However, I like the prospect of it all being under one roof and being organized and being easier to browse and things like that. I am curious if it's still going to allow us access to as many of the specialized and printed pieces as it has.
Sure.
I am still going to place my order because even though I am, very intrigued about the future, there's also a good deal of uncertainty. So get your special fancies at non-Bricklink prices while you can, just in case. But it could be great. If it works well, it's going to be awesome.
Now, Hooded One says, is anything known about the max quantity with the new bricks and pieces? Nothing yet. Personally, I don't know. Like, personally, I find the fact that a new animal comes out and then suddenly we see people who are like, I got 500 sheep. And I'm like, well, nobody else got any.
And now they're $50 each.
Yeah, exactly. And now I find that very frustrating. But I mean,
that's annoying. But on the other hand, like 200 of a 1x2 rounded plate isn't enough to do a heck of a lot with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it would be great if they could have lower minimums on the premium pieces and higher minimums on the more basic pieces.
Yeah, that's going to require a development request, and we always know how those go.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be cool if there was a price break built in too. You hit.
Oh yeah.
You hit 500, you get 5% off. You hit 1,000. Like for the basic parts, not printed koi 1x2s.
Yeah, I'm right there. I would love to be able to buy 150 2x12 bricks in a color I want. That would be awesome, rather than from 15 Bricklink sellers, which of course is also Lego.
I mean, I could be wrong, but do you need 200 sheep?
No.
I guess you do.
200 sheep.
I mean, if you're a mock builder in New Zealand, evidently you would.
Right.
And it's the only way to get a mock that looks like New Zealand.
Sure. I mean, I get that. There may be like a few people who need that. But when you see like people repeatedly going, I just got 200 more sheep. I just got 200 more sheep. It's like, okay, what's the point? Like, are you being a scalper? Because if you are, that's really crappy.
That's exactly what's
I don't know. I mean, overall, I think merging the catalog, I never understood why they were separate in the first place. Just intuitively, UX me goes like, why were they even separate in the first place?
Right.
Bricks are bricks, parts are parts. Why even have two different catalogs? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think they were genuinely thinking this is how we can make good on our promise that every set is complete. Like, I mean, it had to have started that way, right? Like, here's your one.
Obviously, there is a reasoning and a logic behind the history of it. I was just saying when I came into understanding and came in, I was like, this is really weird. Like pieces are pieces, elements are elements. I think it will give them greater control over the catalog. I'm sure it's going to give them probably, if they have two separate backends for the data mining, it's going to give them a better data set. So I'm sure pricing will be affected. I'm sure there's going to be better metrics on the back end if there's a single catalog, single order system. I mean, it just makes sense, right? As a corporation, why weren't they merged in the first place? Yeah, sheep are not going to be the new goat. Good luck.
The new sheep debacle. Indeed.
But yeah, fine. Yeah, you want one catalog. I mean, and the other news that came out, and it's along the same lines, which is, they're going to eliminate LDD and support Studio for the public exclusively.
Hooray!
Like pick a CAD system. And Studio for me has had so many advantages.
Yeah.
Advanced features over LDD. I just stuck with Studio and was like, I'm never going to even pick up this other one. But to make a decision to finally say, hey, we're just going to make this other two internal. You as a public, go support this, go support Bricklink Studio. That's where you go. That's clear and decisive. And it gives you a clear channel of support for digital, building.
This might be one of the one of the biggest bits of fallout so far with the acquisition of BrickLink. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, not fallout, but like the fact that they're combining that. I haven't seen. Price-ageddon with the acquisition of BrickLink. Everyone, I heard so many people being concerned. This is awful. This is going to be terrible.
Well, it's awful and terrible if you like brick
right?
arms or third-party pieces, but
Yeah,
if
that
you're a
was-
purist, it didn't affect you.
Yeah.
Now, I have to think that if they're merging a catalog together, right? If they're saying we're going to take our Lego catalogs and put them together. To me, and they're saying now we're going to go with Studio. That makes it a lot easier for Studio to integrate into Lego system and not just BrickLink resellers when you create a digital model. You can now go to that single Lego catalog digitally and create a cart, whereas you didn't know where the part was in one or the other and would have been a mess. So to me, this is all lining up to some beneficial stuff, which is if Studio, you create a mock, you've got your parts list, you can go to BrickLink and create carts and wish lists. Wouldn't it be great is if you have a single wish list because there's now a single catalog and all of a sudden Studio integrates into that new source.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see good things happening. It's just you have to step back and think about the strategy of it all and why it would make sense. To me, it makes sense.
Well,
Like
we're
it's a
getting to a
long
place-
road to being able to design and buy your own model again, in a way.
Exactly. I mean, there is a vision at play that I see, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. But if I'm thinking about digital strategy and the way things would ultimately work, I would want Studio to integrate into that single Lego source as well as the BrickLink sellers. Because if it is a new, super new part, like the cupcake doesn't exist in the catalog yet, or the Porsche compound curve fender doesn't exist in the catalog yet, it would be nice if it went to the Bricks and Pieces site of Lego and said, there are no sellers yet. This is just released. Go grab it here. And Lego probably wouldn't care. They're making money on both ends of it. So why not?
We're getting to a point where you can just press one virtual button and empty your entire bank account all at once.
Mainline
Now,
into
what I would
Lego.
like to see is Lego invest in machine learning and have machine learning start to try to design Lego sets. I think that would be incredibly wild.
How do you mean like AI?
Yeah, exactly. So physicists are using machine learning to try to derive new models in the universe and starting to work out, but they come up with these like really weird solutions that no human would think of. And so what they're doing is they're pairing, physicists with the AI and vetting each other out. I think it would be just wild if some machine learning algorithm came up with this crazy connection that no human would have thought of. And then some designer goes hey, that's a really great idea. I could use that over here. So it's not like AI controlling the set. I'm just saying it would be interesting to see if you fed in a 3D shape and you had an AI constantly iterating with different Lego connections to try to build that shape, what it would come up with, and maybe have this human and AI driven interaction would be kind of a wild space to investigate.
It reminds me of June and I have been playing a lot of Lego Worlds. They got it for the holidays, and I am jealous of how quickly that game can amass and deteriorate these brick belt landscapes, because it's unlike the other Lego games in that the entire environment is destructible and built out of bricks, but they limited the parts palette down so that it could build and deconstruct things in an instant. And it's just really, it kind of makes me jealous because I'm tunneling through hundreds of thousands of bricks and it's computing the proper shapes as it goes along. So I can see what you're talking about being pretty cool, almost being able to 3D scan a three-dimensional object and then tell the computer okay, design this out of Lego, and then it using the digital design programs to solve all of those. I could see it being a really cool.
Yeah, I would just think, because Technic is weird enough. Technic is complicated enough, but if someone said, oh, we've got this new IP for this, I don't know, Star Wars spaceship thing, Mark, whatever, take your pick. Okay, AI, here's a bajillion different gray elements. What can you do? And you might wind up with stuff that's just a little bit more crazy and a little bit more weird and wonderful or more stronger, or who knows, but it'd be interesting. I just think it would be a fascinating experiment if there was someone at Lego who was a technology researcher or partnering with universities to try to see what a machine learning algorithm could do, if you integrated or scripted it into Studio.
I think it would be interesting in some aspects, but I don't know. There's something about it to me that takes away the creativity of creating a mock. Like, if you can just press a button and tell the computer to do it, well, then, I mean, like I said, I think it'd be interested in a way of telling, like coming up with a new connection. Like, that's one thing. Thinking. Like, yes, like that could be interesting. But as far as like, I don't know, like I'll just say I saw this weekend some paintings of Animal Crossing characters done by an AI, and they were terrifying. They put Picasso to shame. Like, they were just like, I mean, really insane looking, which, is great.
I mean, it's the same thing, but I could see into the future where, so this is like any technology. I think the idea though is like, we're going to see tools like these assisting people to help them. Like Flynn, I don't think we have a problem with that. It would be like, cool. There's this really cool connection or Lego math that I never would have thought of.
Sure.
To help solve a problem. But yeah, I mean, at some point it's going to be like, why do people woodwork when there's, lathes and machines that can do it so much more efficiently and better and more precise? Like, why do it? It's because of the craftsmanship of it. So yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe there are AI Lego designers in the future that are just running circles around the humans, but it's not going to stop me from mock building. I keep doing it because it's for the fun and the craft of it.
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely.
Wouldn't that be wild though? First prize for AI designed Lego mock, because the humans and the AIs have to have separate categories. That's when we're living in the future, folks.
Wow, this is a deep topic.
Yes,
yeah,
right.
I got off on a tangent, but anyway, I do see BricksLA Studio. I do see these catalogs compressing, having kind of like a vision behind them. Not just random, like we're just kind of doing this stuff because we want to.
Yep. I'm not thoroughly convinced, although we did see that walk around the convention. I'm not thoroughly convinced that Moto is not an audio animatronic AI.
Anyway. Have you guys heard the joke from Boone's channel?
No.
There's a long-standing joke from Jeff McElvey that I am an android designed by Justin Ramsden.
Oh, yes, we have heard that. That's right.
Because no one's ever seen me eat. No one's ever seen me drink.
That's not true. I have seen both.
We've seen you eat.
You're breaking the
illusion. However, the manner in which you do it doesn't, alleviate all suspicion. It is very.
I will say I've only seen it from profile, so for all I know, you could just be throwing things behind your head.
Yeah, there's a nuclear mass converter right down here in my throat. It's just and at 1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
Well, and you can, although I gotta say, I don't buy the fact that you were designed by Justin Ramsden because you don't have enough stickers.
Oh, that's it. I have to go out and get a bunch of tattoos now and just like there's a bunch of tattooed stickers all over my body.
Octane.
Just
well, can you imagine?
Logos, like up and down. I should do that. We haven't done sticker sheet show and tell for so long. I have so many saved up stickers. I should just like do like a sticker sleeve for one of your episodes.
Can you imagine if just in this moment Moto leaned into the camera and peeled off his sticker mustache?
Hey!
I'm there with a Sharpie just drawing dots on like trying to get
very exactly.
Trying to get the awesome danger vest look.
Oh my goodness! That
was. I should go real quick and shave the mustache off just to break the illusion. Yeah.
I'm picturing Lego Masters 2030, and it's like, can you beat the bots? And you have like this robotic team is 3D scanning the thing they have to replicate, and then like going to the brick pit and picking out pieces and assembling. While
have you seen robotic arms on assembly lines? Have you seen how fast those robotic fingers are at placing stuff down on those assembly lines?
They're incredible. I'd love to see them.
Could you imagine that thing laying brick and be like?
I don't know. I'm trying to imagine a robotic arm that could reach inside of a mock and squish these two things. Like, I don't know. What we do is pretty specialized.
It's true. There are some moments where I'm blown away by the things I'm able to accomplish with fragile mock, and like the one finger squish and knowing exactly where to put the pressure from the outside and all those things.
Well, that's where Lego, separate topic. It's almost where Lego becomes magical because you are using magician dexterity points to be able to.
Yeah.
Like I've used the side of my finger to side clutch into a hidden snot brick.
Yep.
Where it's you're doing finger exercises. Basically, it's like I've been training my finger just for this moment, to be able to put the 2.5 pounds of pressure on the side.
And the knowledge of like all the other pieces that are interlocking with it and how much pressure it would take to dislodge those things.
Yeah.
So knowing exactly where to like crush the Fabergé egg in order to attach the like one piece that you need.
Well, two things that I think an AI might do very differently than me is one, I do, although they could have sensors, I do a certain amount by Braille. Like I can't see this connection, but I'm going to make it. I know it's there. And the other thing is I make all kinds of connections that I think an AI might think were really illogical.
Well, before that time, the real automation, I think the robotic automation that anybody would pay a decent amount of money for is a high-speed sorting robot.
Yes.
Ooh, I
Yes.
With
want
pattern
that.
recognition, element recognition, to be able to just like blisteringly go through your pile and just like and put it in a tray and just go over and just like open your drawers and just blast them in and be done.
I would pay money for that.
Yeah.
Ever since I read about that guy in the UK,
Yeah,
I forget what
he's
his
done
name
that
was,
thing.
but the guy who ordered all the bulk brick and then developed that system to sort for himself. Ever since I read about that, I was like, I would give that guy so much money or brick to sort my collection for me.
Oh no, you got to be an angel investor, because if that becomes a company, if he says, hey, for a brick conveyor, you pay me $600, I deliver it to your house, you dump brick in the top, and it just sorts it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it was built into the back of a truck, or if it was something where you could like
Back of a truck.
do them.
Can you imagine? It's instead of the Sound of Summer, which is the popsicle van, there's like some sort of everything is awesome, and it comes around the block and people just dump their bins of Lego in and just spits out sort of packages.
Pre-pandemic, I actually thought about something similar to that pre-pandemic, which was to do a truck that looks like a brick and then go around playing. I mean, I wish I could play that song, but maybe some sort of similar song, maybe a ukulele cover, and handing out bricks to kids instead of ice cream, and doing like
It's a brickmobile. It's
I love that you
chasing him down the street.
And brick rings.
Clear
Brick rings.
I love that you could just order sorting like carpet cleaning. Like they even could come into your house with a big giant hose.
Yes, exactly. And then you just pick up the bins on the back of the truck and like backloads them into your sorted bins.
I love it.
This is a nice world we're talking about.
So Hooded One brings up a great point that I didn't even think about. But the next round of
10K.
approved Lego Ideas sets are out. Shall we take a look?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Wait, did they actually announce the winners or just the
No, just the finalists have been.
The finalists.
The cutoff date for 10K has been announced.
So this is great. Land Ahoy by Ralph Ranghall, who I am a huge fan of and does really great tutorials online on his Instagram.
Wow, this is art.
You should definitely be checking him out on Instagram if you are not already. He's incredible.
And everybody focuses on the piece, but I'm focused on that potted plant because I'm like, that is crazy good.
It's beautiful, right? It's really, really cool. So this is, I mean, we don't have to go too far down this rabbit hole, but we can just take a look at them, and maybe at a later date we can discuss what we think of,
That's a cool idea.
It's a really cool idea.
It's got legs.
It was what?
It's got legs because it's ingenious. It's different. It fits that ideas mindset. So
right, exactly.
I finally see. I understand. The Earth is flat, but the flat Earth is curved. I understand.
Well, there's a bunch of sci-fi fans who have read the Ringworld series. They're just going to buy a bunch of these and just tunnel them up.
Absolutely.
Well, I just saw somebody too who did a technique using the railroad tracks to make the curved city from Doctor Strange, where it all curves in on itself. It was really cool. All right. Great Coral Reef by Chris Kelvin. I'm just going to say it right out. A fantastic model. I don't see this getting made. It's too much. It's too much for a it's too much
It
for
would be hard, right?
For a
It'll be too
set.
expensive.
It's like too much and yet not enough. It's so much in the way of just an elements pack, but there's not like a sunken ship or some sort of research base or something.
Yeah, my only concern
like
is with the delicate connections, the amount of dexterity you need to be able to pull it off.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, and I think it's a gorgeous mock, but I don't know that it would fit the bill. And again, I'm speaking as if I was Lego looking at this. Not
You're channeling your inner Lego critique of selection committee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think this set is so lovely. I could see it coming with a curse jar. So every time you break all of them and you say a bad word, you have to put a quarter in, and then at the end of it, you can buy like a fish to float it.
No, you can afford ship in a bottle. Float a boat.
There you go. So
yet another Hyrule Castle. Huh?
Yeah, Hyrule Castle 30th anniversary. Again, like great idea. It looks. I don't know. We've seen so many runs at a Zelda theme.
Yeah.
It makes
me
wonder.
I don't even know what Hyrule Castle is, so I'm like, okay.
It's Zelda.
All right.
It's Legend of Zelda.
This definitely isn't the most iconic one either.
No, it's not. It doesn't scream Hyrule to me.
But I think any good Zelda mock on there will, with the right approach, reach 10,000. We're just seeing them constantly get denied. So I mean, it leads minds to believe either Lego can't make it or Lego is already making it, possibly all these kinds of things. So best of luck to Zelda, though. I look forward to the day that I can get a Zelda set for sure.
Totally.
Yeah. You and many other people. These are amazing.
Oh, wow.
Love
Yay.
These little terrariums are just fantastic. They're so beautiful.
The balloon
I'm all
piece
over it
in
just for
clear.
those trans-clear balloon parts.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes me good.
exactly.
My only fear is that the botanical line is going to eat this for lunch
Yeah.
and burp.
Yeah, I mean, it's always so hard to know like what they are currently working on or what, like what they've got in the pipeline. But I mean,
we've all seen those little air plants in the glass jars. So I would not be surprised if the botanical line already has that, in consideration.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But still really, really cool.
It's a great idea. What the heck is-
Another
Avatar.
Now, see, I think this is under the same things that we were just talking about. The
theme that's been declined so many times.
The Zelda sets is that
we're just hope in it.
The only thing this has going for it, though, is that Lego has done Avatar in the past, and so they know the IP well, and it could be kind of like an anniversary set or something. I don't know if it is an anniversary this year, but there's just, there is that little like inkling of hope for Avatar to come back as an official theme just because it's already been done.
Yeah, I feel like Zelda, it's one of those things where like it's an automatic shoe-in to get 10,000 votes if you make an Avatar thing because people are just going to vote for it.
I give it 3 yips.
Yeah, that doesn't say. I mean, I'm not saying anything about the quality of the model, but I'm saying it is like Zelda, one of those things that will always get votes.
Yeah, agreed.
This is awesome.
Oh, I would buy this in a heartbeat.
Again, it looks extremely complicated.
I would buy this.
Yeah, I would buy this in a hot second. But again, extremely complicated.
I mean, it looks functional too, which is extra exciting. I don't know how functional it is, but
it's got enough technic in it. It's got enough repeating patterns to where you could get the instructions done. So this will be interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Okay, we've got the dojo. Very nice.
Very pretty.
Who is it? Why am I losing her name? Amazing builder who did Rivendell.
Alice.
Finch.
Alice Finch did a piece similar to this.
Very nice. Hocus Pocus, another Hocus Pocus. Now this one looks like it's been updated. Again, I feel like there is this whole sort of list of nostalgia hit things that people are always going to vote for.
Yeah.
And like this to me falls in that same category. Although I gotta say, I saw a lot of Hocus Pocus stuff at Disneyland. It's like having a resurgence because they're making a part 2, or they made a part 2. So
again, lending this one some gravity for sure.
Yeah, sure.
I think
Because,
it's
like,
cool. I think when I look at this, I'm like, okay, what 3 minifigs can we keep, and the rest have to go?
Well, what would be the sisters?
Yeah.
It
I mean,
would be
yeah.
sisters.
Yeah. So are people still going to like it if you lose everything down to the 3 sisters, or is it about all these figures?
I think the house is pretty cool.
Yeah, the house
Cottage
is
is cool.
All
Well,
right.
and the zombie guy, you gotta have the zombie guy too.
Well,
Yeah,
plus
zombie.
we get black flames.
Yes. All right, we've got another IP, Naruto, Ramen Shop, 20th anniversary. Cool,
pretty
but
cool.
again, I don't know if they will go there.
Yeah. If they did, it would be a smash hit, especially with all the work that's been done by this fan designer. I mean, they nailed it.
Yeah.
The graphic design on the figs is great.
Okay, motorized Johnny 5. Now, who here knows who Johnny 5 is? No. Okay, so I'm just curious what the
Is this the one without batteries not included?
Yes.
No.
No.
The Short Circuit is the name of the
Short
film. It's
Circuit,
really
yes.
Short
nice,
Circuit.
yeah.
So
No,
I
make
don't know-
disassemble.
Yes, I feel like this is a very particular age group. Like where Wally, I felt like was a little bit more across the board. This one is definitely speaking to a particular age group.
And since there was the re-brick of the Liebherr excavator that could be turned into a Johnny 5, I mean, it
Yeah.
feels even less likely. I love Johnny 5 though, but I also
Yeah.
haven't seen the movie. and-
Has any idea set ever had Technic motors in it?
I don't think so.
Because this
I don't think so.
feels to me like it falls in that Technic line, but I don't think Ideas has really embraced Technic builds, like really grabbed onto them with the full mechanics programming and motor
Right.
systems.
Well, how about the piano?
Oh,
That does have a motor. You're right. Yep.
It's a cool model for sure. Like it has a lot of work in it. You can see the work and it's beautiful.
my cat is stuck. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Another catastrophe.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. The Webb telescope's pretty cool.
Oh well, yeah.
The sun shield is not deployed. Does the sun shield on this one actually fold out and deploy into a workable model?
No idea.
I think there's so much I love about this. I love the idea. I love the array. But to me personally, and always I appreciate the work that designers put into things and what it takes to get it up on Ideas. I can't help but think that those 4 stacked levels of plates don't look entirely finished. I think it's just because of seeing the edges of them there, it doesn't feel like the real that. I don't know. It doesn't look as sophisticated as some Ideas sets that I've seen.
Sure.
But the array is stunning. I love that.
And apparently this does have a lot of folding, moving parts. All right.
Oh, and it reminds me, at BricksLA, we saw Stephen Packbaz's recreation of 2 different scales of the helicopter, the Mars.
Yeah, it was
Mars
pretty cool,
helicopter.
I gotta say.
One of which was life size.
Which was huge.
Yeah.
So we've got the Lego emergency box.
This is
Totally
hysterical.
cute. I think this is almost more like a gift with purchase.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be a great gift with purchase.
Yep.
That is cool.
The working Rubik's Cube. I feel like we've seen this before. We've looked at this before or something.
I think we looked at it when it hit 10K.
Okay. All right. Very
I
cool.
think that if they've solved it correctly, this could go forward just because the Rubik's Cube is still one of those iconic toys.
Yeah.
And people still do fidget and play with them. But
Mhm.
it would have to, it would have to have seamless and fast flick transitions, just like a real cube.
Yeah, but
You couldn't have a lot of rubbing or friction. It would have to literally work like a Rubik's Cube.
my
very,
nephew
very
does cubing
Like,
as
like speed solving.
Cubing.
cubing is a contest or whatever. Anyway, it's like Olympics.
One of those really fast.
And they do them in like less than a minute, so it has to be super incredible.
Is this Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, now
It
I know
is.
we've looked at this one for sure before, for sure. I think it's too big. It'd definitely have to be shrunk down. But it does fit in with their whole TV show sort of thing that they've been doing lately. So
It'd also give us a cast of people that I'd actually want to put in the police modular.
I think you're right. I think
Indeed.
this would be a maybe. I would expect to see The Office before I would see Brooklyn Nine-Nine, though.
The Office is already in production.
That's already happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is a reason to make a full set, but I would definitely welcome more LGBT characters.
Yeah, absolutely. We
color.
would have an LGBT character of color in the, and it would be great.
It does have a couple other things going for it, such as the appearance of some of those actors in Disney and or Lego related properties. So
Yeah,
there are some good things going there.
absolutely.
But for me, the TV sets are a hard sell. Like I've got it. It's all about, do I have the nostalgia for that show?
Okay, this makes me scream in delight. Like
This is so gorgeous.
is so beautiful.
I want it so bad, but then I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's a modular. So
See,
There
yeah,
you go.
that's the thing, right? Like, really, hey, Axel Plate, how's it going? It's really, oh God, it's so beautiful. And I just noticed that's the same kind of thing we did with our dome for the IKEA piece.
Tucking it in like
yeah,
that?
the balloon is like sunk inside of the.
Wait, obviously they took our idea.
No, they didn't take our idea.
They stole it.
I think it's so beautiful. The color palette,
I
the little plane.
I really sort of surprised that steampunk never became even a slight theme in Lego.
I mean, kind of with. So there's a little bit in Monster Fighters.
A little
And then-
bit, yes.
And then there was a little bit in that Ninjago airship wave.
Yeah, but I'm just surprised they never went just
full
really
bore.
went for it.
Yeah.
yeah, they never went full steampunk.
Yeah.
Into a theme, like its own theme.
Yep. No Wild
But-
Wild West.
As Hooded One points out, we absolutely need this for that pearl gold octopus.
Which
Yes.
should have
Yeah.
been in the pirate ship from the Lego movie. It should have been in that. It was on the back of Metalbeard's ship
Yes,
in the movie.
right.
And that's when that set was revealed, I was like, come on, all the pearl gold animals and critters and recolors. And there were basically none, which I was so surprised by. It would have made that set a must-have for a lot of people, I think.
Oh,
if it
yeah.
had those.
Well, and I love this little airplane. It's so cool.
It's adorable.
The detail of are they six? They're not 16. Are they 12 tooth gears on the left hand dome
Yeah, there's a ton of good
as-
stuff in this.
window decoration?
Yeah, there's a lot to love in this, but it is like a modular, but then we did get the house, the Home Alone house,
Yeah.
which was very
And the
modular,
medieval
right?
blacksmith.
And the medieval blacksmith, exactly. So it's not out of the realm
Let's
of
hope.
possibility.
I'm saying let's hope this one goes through. But remember, there's only going to be one set of everything we're looking at. So
Probably.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is.
Lumen House?
I
Isn't
expect
that another anime thing?
I'm assuming it must
No
be.
idea.
But I'm not. I will say for a Lego Ideas piece, this looks kind of basic. Just in its execution.
Yeah.
It's cool and old school, but it's kind of basic-y.
Another castle. Oh boy.
We just got a castle.
It's cute, but it'll never go. Yeah.
And yes, Monica, Home Alone was an Ideas set.
Castles are really hot right now, but man,
Yeah, everybody's just really hoping that Lego brings back a home theme.
Yes. This is great. I love the record store. Again, a little modular-y, however. Like, I could see this being a modular that they come out with in the future.
Absolutely.
this is the perfect small town America build.
Yeah, it really
cool.
is.
Look at the rain gutter, just with
everything about
1x2
it is awesome.
cheese wedges.
Yeah.
Where?
Up on the upper right there, that's 1x2 cheese wedges as a rain gutter.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they
I
did it
see.
proper with the holes that lead to the part of the roof where it's concave.
Yep.
And everything. Yeah,
That's
Everything
great
about that
detail.
is perfect, but man, I think it's up against some more creative stuff that hasn't been done before.
Sorry, I just want to see the inside because it's
that stoplight is really good too.
the stoplight is excellent.
Black Falcon T-shirt.
That's
great.
great. Yes.
Oh,
But everything,
yeah.
everything about
Oh,
this.
nice.
Yeah, this. By the way, everything this building is no longer exists in small town America.
do you mean?
Newspapers, records. Like there are, like newspapers are almost dead. At least where I live, all the main newspapers have gone out of business and online.
Yeah.
It's just this feels like it's perfect for, people who want to reminisce about the past. But like having that newspaper stand.
Yep.
Newspaper stands just really don't exist anymore. Record store, I mean, yeah, they're niche and they're awesome, but they're
like payphones.
Yeah.
All right. Orchid. I feel like we're gonna see this in the botanicals line for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, Moto, go to town. What do you think?
Soyuz.
I think he's frozen.
Oh no!
Oh, I think he is. This that's it.
Similar to rocket fuel.
He
Moto
couldn't
is
handle it.
Solid state.
We got
Moto loved it so much he froze.
He froze.
Yes. Ghibli.
Lego Studio Ghibli. I
It's cute.
feel like we're gonna see this eventually.
Totoro.
Yes.
Maybe this
Especially
way.
with Disney being in control of Ghibli's distribution for the US. I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't like how small some of the things are in here. They're great micro scale, and I love that they're trying to represent so many different things. But I feel like I'd rather have a little bit more lush detail per like movie than a set like this. Although I would still get it just for the Totoro.
Yeah. Yeah, so Axel Plate makes a good point. Too many modulars and licensed themes in this round. There are a lot in compared to some.
Well,
Very large.
Holly makes the point that it's really important when building ideas sets to read the room and think about what is, likely to be picked up.
Now, I know we've looked at this one before.
It's
This is a new version of I think it's a different model of the same thing.
Okay, well, we've seen a lot of this one get a lot of runs in, like making a run for the big set. I just feel like
Moto.
Oh my god.
Oh,
a
goodness.
mustache on.
What?
It's not like a monostache. Wait, Moto, turn profile. It's like Moto and Bizarro Moto.
Oh my
My
God.
internet came back so fast, I only had time to shave half of it, so I just went with it.
Now shave the opposite eyebrow.
No,
And
No,
then just pretend it moved.
no.
And then fell down.
No. There are limits, Blair. There are limits.
Didn't someone shave their eyebrows on
Yes.
on the fundraising?
Yes, they
stream?
did. They did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he didn't have much eyebrows to begin with, but yeah, this is. I think this is.
I have to go to the art museum today, guys. I'm not shaving my eyebrows.
No, I can't recommend it
I
for,
think this
for
is-
anyone.
I think this is cool, but David Bowie can do it. I think that a theme based on a witch who eats children may not be like a thing.
Yeah. I think it's probably not going to make
Fairy
it.
tales are scary.
I mean, we did get the Stranger Things set, so this is Another gorgeous set.
Hooray!
God, there's so many great architecture, but once again, it's like I think they're just going to say we got this covered, guys. It's just not an original enough concept. It's not enough out there. It's not pushing the envelope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
gotta give points for the
It's
angled,
beautiful, though. I
for
love
the
it.
angled Galleria.
Yeah, that thing
Absolutely.
is insane.
Okay.
There you go.
Pirate Tavern.
I love this.
It smells like medieval, but it has the name pirate in it.
Yeah. Well, I think
So-
it.
Crossing the streams.
Exactly.
I also see another build that would require a great deal of modification to be turned into the new blacksmith shop style.
A la
Yep.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Or
Winnie the Pooh was
yes,
kind of the
blacksmith.
opposite direction, where they've made it far more detailed than the original model. Whereas these, with the dilapidated sort of one stud element stuff, they all have to get scaled back.
Yeah.
Well, cleaned
Yeah.
up. I'd say cleaned up and straight anglified. But yeah.
Yeah, but I absolutely do see this in the kind of category of the blacksmith shop for
Mhm.
sure.
Wow,
Definitely.
the front window is so smart.
That one.
You
Yeah,
can't
it's
see
really
your
pretty.
cursor.
Yeah, like everything about this is smart, but it would get cleaned up. It would.
Yep.
Well, this
Another
one.
one. Yeah, another
This
idea.
person is also the one who did the Snow White cottage, the Seven Dwarfs cottage.
Okay.
Really beautiful. Always has really nice color work in their builds.
hmm
And they maintain that realm of possibility too. I know they're
Yeah.
working in render a lot, so I don't know how much they're testing real life building techniques with it, but their builds always have that, like, it's very finished and polished while still using techniques that look like Lego would still let be in the set.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, and I love that. Well, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a medieval version of Ninjago.
Mm.
Yeah.
They took all the crazy colors out and
Yes,
really made
yes,
it more
yes.
of that medieval approach. It's kind of a nice intersection.
I was thinking the same thing because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 innovative roof techniques in there, including an upside down roof.
So
Now-
basically, all the trained people in the world are going to want this one to win.
Right.
That's my prediction.
Well, I have to say, like, they got the crocodile train this last year, or was that the year before? I don't know. It's all blending in. It's an awful lot of black and gray.
It is.
It's the big
well,
boy.
but that's what makes it very realistic.
Yeah,
I will
it's
say this.
great.
I will say this. If it wins, do not expect us to bring back 8-volt track, everybody. So don't put all your hopes and dreams into this.
Wait, to bring back which track?
8-volt or 9-volt. Sorry.
No,
9
but that
volt.
track is in the crocodile. They used that same 9-volt track in the crocodile to make the tracks.
No, I meant the track that had the independent controller where there's actual metal embedded in
no,
the
That's
track.
what we have.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
the
still
kind we have.
surprised. I was still surprised that element came back though. The old tracks.
Yeah. I love this.
Oh, that's adorable.
This I think might have a shot.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And it's bookends, which is great. I think it splits somewhere between the Great AFOL and the Billand book. I could be wrong.
That's-
So good.
No, I mean, hopefully it is. But that's what makes this so right. It's so crazy. First of all, it's functional. It's something that you wouldn't normally see. You could use it as real bookends. It uses architecture. It uses books. It's clean. You could see the techniques of the designers not having to go crazy with it. It's got exactly a small amount of figs, which is right in that zone, right?
Right.
And part count. It looks like it has a decent part count to really make it through.
and it's
The
a great
driver
This is
display
very
piece.
innovative.
Yeah.
One thing I do notice, you see the windows in the Great AFL book.
Yes.
Those are the
Oh.
Samsonite windows recast in a different color.
Oh, yeah.
Let's all hope.
That would be so cool if they did that, though. I mean, it is a 90th anniversary year too, so we could see some real special stuff happen.
Sure.
I gotta say that might be my bet. I was thinking the curved world was my bet, but this one I think
Mhm.
takes it a notch higher.
It's pretty great. Okay, this one I feel is too niche.
Is it a thing?
Yeah, Asterisk. That's a famous comic strip.
It's a very old, famous comic strip. Kind of right up there with Tintin in that same sort of like,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
yeah. Stargate.
Oof. I'm a big fan of. Well, this is SG1 version, isn't it? Or is it this movie? It's SG1.
And Playmobil apparently has the rights to Asterix.
Playtip.
Yeah. I love Stargate, but ooh, man, I just don't think it's going to happen.
Oh,
It's
Teal.
cool. I got it.
Cute.
There's a license that is in. Well, no, they've done partnerships with McDonald's in the past.
Oh,
but
they've done a lot. It's been a long time ago.
They have done, and I love this because of the goofy architecture.
Yes.
It's really cool. It's really cool. I don't know if I see it happening, but it's pretty cool.
I don't see it happening, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We looked at this one the other day.
Oh, the three investigators.
I love the theme.
What is it?
It's the three investigators. It was a sort of Hardy Boys-esque series of books that was done in the 60s, and it was actually called Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators. And so it was these three boys that had this like camper trailer that they had their house, had their little clubhouse in. And I loved it that Alfred Hitchcock was like the Charlie of Charlie's Angels, and he would just call them on the phone, like their special phone that they had somehow in this trailer, and have them solve spooky mysteries for them. Mm-hmm. My problem with this is there's too much. It's too messy.
Yeah, it is.
And
there's too much.
I've never heard of it before in my life.
Well, I would say if you investigate the writer behind that series who shadow wrote it and their history with the pulp mill way that this was executed, I also think that Billund would have to take a pass if anybody did the research around that history.
Would you like to explain?
No.
Okay.
Just go Google it.
Look it up yourself.
Well, I see, in addition to the awesome brown chains that are coiled sitting on the table, I see 6 bumpers, those inverted glider pieces that are just sort of sitting there on the model.
Yeah. So I look at that car and I think Sam and Dean Winchester mobile got snuck into a build. So I want this to succeed, but
Well, no, and I appreciate it because it is the point. Like I believe that one of their fathers owns a junkyard, and that's the whole thing is like they are in the junkyard, and I totally get that. But it's too much muchness. Like there's too much going on.
I love that BMX looking bike though. It's so 80s with the
with
wheel tires.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
This points to a theory I have about photography and mock design. Will you go back to it for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the importance of the actor. I think it's important to have some cognitive focus, whether that's a cat or a minifig or just something that's central that you can wrap the rest of the piece around. And in this one, it's more like a still life. I don't see that narrative, especially for a narrative piece.
I think it would read a lot better, but the lighting and the photography is not helping us at all.
And by the way,
that might be
just for the reference, because I happen to have it right here.
There you go.
Oh.
So, yeah. There you go.
Hardy Boys +1.
Yeah, Hardy Boys +1. And of course, I love the inner.
Oh, that's nice.
Cover thing is great. But anyway,
I think it does have a nostalgic space within a generation, but it's not going to hit on all cylinders across.
No, you're right.
Now that said, if I saw this at a convention, I think it should win some kind of an award.
Oh yeah,
really
well
well.
So I will say this: the SR-71 is one of the most beautiful aircraft when I was growing up that I've always wanted to see in Lego form. But you cannot slap a NASA sticker and claim it's a civilian aircraft.
Right.
That's what's going to be difficult here. It's going to be the same thing with the Osprey. Oh, it's a rescue helicopter. So, look, it's a NASA experiment vehicle. No, it's the spy plane. It is a spy plane from the Cold War.
Yeah.
Oh, it's curious what they did with the figures.
Those are the real honest to God, flight pressurized suits those guys had to wear.
You mean just that they're...
I see they're facing away. I thought they were facing towards us with weird haircuts and faces.
Flown by robots from the future, they are.
Okay, Gremlins. I think this kind of occupies that same space as the Home Alone house.
Yeah.
And they have already done Gremlins as part of Dimensions. So maybe?
Yeah, this one's a maybe, but once again, remember in each round they're only picking one or two at most. And it's really probably going to be one.
And Gremlins was already one of those where it's like kind of surprising that it even made it into Dimensions, because it was that like 80s violent kids movie that definitely wouldn't fall into the like same like family friendly wheelhouse today as it did back then.
Yeah.
So I love the idea, but I don't think it's likely either, unfortunately.
Oh, Wild West build.
This is fun.
This is really fun. I can see this falling in that same category of the fishing shack.
Yep.
Yeah.
It kind of gives me those sorts of vibes.
It feels like one of the ones that came out through the BricksLA program. Which one am I thinking of?
I think that's where this is going to go. I have to say, I think that's where this is going to wind up in the end.
Is where it's going to what?
This is where this one would wind up, is through the BricksLA program for
they
ideas that had no IP that got rejected.
I don't know if you can see because it's so tiny. Go back up one more. That vulture is pretty cool.
Yeah, the brick-built vulture is great.
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's seasonal though, so that's the.
It's very seasonal. Yep, it's pretty. It's a cool building, for sure. I love that. The car as well is great.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. This is cool too, but
this is cool, but I mean, way too big for an ideas project. I feel.
Yeah,
the footprint.
It's the same problem that the coral reef has.
Yes, it's too spread out. Like maybe if there was one less greenhouse or something, like maybe it was just one of those buildings. And I mean, I could see something like this. It's very pretty. It's a great idea.
What am I trying to say? I love all translucent elements. I love the idea, but I'm just trying to think of a way this could be positioned as an idea that's unique enough to make it through. Because you could just as easily have made a garden center, or it needs something to kick it into that next level. I don't know what it is.
I feel like a greenhouse like that could be really good in addition to maybe a modular, where it was like, here's the community garden, and there was like maybe a third of one of those or something.
Victorians were notorious for having horticulture greenhouses for all their exotic plants that were coming from all these different places. But then again, you're up against that modular competition where ideas is just gonna get hammered on. So, boy.
Well, that was it.
That's a lot.
What would you pick, you guys, if you had to pick one set out of all of these to go forward? Because that's really what most of the panel is going to be up against.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay, just looking here, I feel like the bookends.
That's my number one.
Yeah, bookends is where I'm going.
Agreed.
That's the one that's probably going to win.
Now, somebody did make a point that there had been that in the past, that there have been bookends in the past that haven't been that didn't get picked up. And I feel like the Ralph's.
Yeah, the first one.
The first one with the big curved ocean.
Stop. That's my second one.
That's my second one too. I think everybody's kind of landing on the same place though.
I think photography makes a huge difference with this too. It's so well presented.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I do notice about this is it seems like a smaller piece count than normally ideas sets have had lately.
Oh, no. Nay. Not if you add up all those 1x2s, man. Those tiles alone is going to add up to a lot of part count.
Sure.
Because that's what's deceptive about what am I trying to say? Micro scale?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing I love about this one is it looks like it's designed to sit on a shelf with your like ship in a bottle and, you know.
Right. Yeah,
I
it looks
would really
like
have to see
they're-
the backside and how it was all done before I
Right.
say whether or not it's viable for them, though, because
Whether it looks finished.
Well,
or
that's
just whether
where
it's something that a non AFOL builder could take on.
Well,
this
Fatty
is
Fan
where
MKE
if
makes
I
a
look
great
at
point.
this, if I look at this going in, it smells to me like a typewriter where someone at Lego's going to solve it, and they're going to solve it cleanly, and it's
Mhm.
possible.
Yeah.
Not just
Well,
possible, but it's probable that they could pull the math off and make it make it into a set that's going to be robust.
I would love to see the Studio Ghibli stuff come through, though, because I think it's come up enough where they should just do it, because it will sell. Obviously, I mean, if they can solve the license and they can do it right, it would be a very, very popular set.
Well, I think Fabby Fan MKE makes a great point, is that like it's okay to have smaller sets. Like I was flabbergasted by the Home Alone house and the amount of pieces for an ideas set. I was really kind of just like, whoa, that's out of control. That was like a lot of pieces.
But
And
can
I'm
you
very
imagine the
impressed
discussions
with
they have when all these finalists are there? I mean, you could imagine like they're spending hours and hours and hours going through this. At some point, someone's going to be like, well, philosophically, like, what does Lego ideas mean, man? And they're like trying to like, they're getting like, they're so into it, they no longer can make sense of what ideas is and isn't, whether it fits or not. And
Well, I
can
mean,
just
remember for a
imagine-
while, there was a particular price point that they stuck to for a long time. It was like $60 or under. And I would love to see a return to some of those less expensive, smaller sets, personally.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's interesting. Like, I kind of see it the same way as video games. There's so much focus now on video games that are never ending sandboxes of like millions of hours to play and finish, when sometimes I just want that 10-hour game. I just want that beginning to end experience that doesn't,
Or I hate to say it, just make a mobile app with some friction that you have to pay in increments as you go. That's how you become a gazillionaire. Really, that's how you. No, seriously, that's how you make a ton of money. Is you make these little silly merge games that put a little bit of friction in there, and people are willing to pay their $1.99 every once in a while. And after 150,000 downloads, you're rolling in the money.
What?
Yeah.
Something that comes in lots of parts that you pay incrementally and start suddenly a math? I have no idea.
I'm
What you're
saying, man, CMFs are the mobile apps of Lego.
Oh, I love this. Rob Zaccardi says our balance, maybe pick 2 per review, a smaller one and a larger one.
That would be great.
That's it.
I'd love to
That's
see more getting
where I would
approved.
go. I would go with bookends, and the curved, surface would be.
Well, now
of
Monica did bring up a really good point. She said, "Are those bookends heavy enough to actually function as bookends without being pushed off the shelf?"
They could have the rubber footy pieces put on them, but that is
There
a
you
very
go.
hard
That
thing.
Blair, they're going to bring back the lead weights, the ship weights, man, and just drop those lead boxes.
There we
in the
go.
bottom.
Yes.
Would you do me a favor, Flynn?
Everybody, has anybody felt those little lead boxes? Do you know what I'm
We
talking
have
about?
some. Yeah.
Yeah. Those puppies would make sure your books would not move around.
We use them in California Dreamin' to be a counterweight for our balloon.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, they're heavy.
And I counterbalanced my big lightsaber with them too. They're
They're
great.
handy. They're handy to have. I have I think 6 or 8 of those, and they do come in handy every once in a while.
Yep. All right. Well, everyone, it has been. Was there something?
Oh, only quick thing is I noticed Flynn has all of the photos that we just looked up on the screen, and all of this is my own personal opinion, but I think if you want to make a compelling photo of your mock, shoot it on the diagonal. All the most compelling shots are orthographic. They're really looking at a corner, and it just looks like it's coming right out at you.
Exactly. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming today and hanging out. What a fun show. We haven't been together in a while, so it was a great time to get together. And I completely forgot about the Lego Ideas review. So thank you, Hooded One, for that. Gave us a nice little something to talk about for a little while. So join us again. When will we be back again? We will be back again. What? Oh, did you? Oh, there went the last of it. Oh, the Moto is back, everyone.
Oh,
yay!
you have no idea. Smaller directors hated the last 3 weeks because he's like, "You're scratching my face every time I hugged him. You just push away." Like, yeah.
So just a reminder, everybody, we are in the middle of our first build challenge of 2022, and that is to create an apartment that goes with the new Friends Main Street building set.
It's on an 8x16 plate.
Yeah, it's an 8x16 plate. You can get all of the information on our website, and also all the information is also in the on our Discord server, which you can find at a link that I'm sure Kara will put up, our link tree that you can go to and get a link to our thing there. And that will, so you can get all the instructions, and that is due this Thursday. Your ones, I'm really, really, really excited for to see what everybody's going to do with this. And by the way, I was noticing that there has been more credence lent to the theory that there is a gay couple with a child in the new Main Street building set.
There's video evidence.
Video evidence. They've actually, if you haven't seen it yet, there is a commercial all about Friends and all about this particular building. And there are real life people playing the minifigs.
Yeah, they show the
mini dolls.
Show the minifigs, and then they show the real people, similar real people that they represent.
Yeah, and it's been really, really cool. I gotta say, if you haven't seen it yet, seek it out. Maybe we'll try and show it. We can show it on the show on Friday.
Do that.
So check
And
us out.
Flynn and Richard, we didn't have a chance to talk about this, but as far as minifigures,
yes,
they've stocked these
coral.
Yeah, and they're coral. They're the pool floaties.
Oh yeah.
So if you go to build your own minifig.
Oh, very cool. Nice.
Love those.
So,
And don't forget too, if you are making that little apartment, this could be a great opportunity for you to make your own mini doll sig fig.
ooh,
Okay, so you could make your own mini doll sig fig and have that could be the little apartment you make. Personally, I'm going to be making Sebastian's dream apartment. Big surprise.
Will there be a pool for the merman?
Oh, he won't fit in there. It's like a bunk bed for him.
Oh.
He's like, it's basically like,
Looks like he's on a
like,
sleep number bed.
He's totally on a sleep number bed.
God, no, he
That's
looks
it.
like he's caged in an aquarium.
Or like in a Japanese pod hotel.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Looks like they're going to study him for science or something. It's really.
Oh man, I really wish that Belleville was accessible enough that we could do a Belleville thing like challenge, but I just don't think it's in the cards, unfortunately.
Sadly.
Anyway, all right. So I will be on Twitch on Tuesday working on those trees. Actually, I'm going to try experimenting with the trees. One of our first trees for our Lego house build. And then we will be back on Friday for our first build challenge slideshow of 2022, which I'm really, really looking forward to, and excited to see what y'all have in store for that. So I hope that you all had a good time today. It was great being back. Thanks, Moto, Blair, and Kara for coming and joining us today. We look forward to next Sunday when Holly will be back, and we'll be able to chat with her too. She's out of town this weekend. So thanks, everybody, for coming and hanging out. And until next time, don't forget.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Kara. Happy anniversary to my parents. Happy green sweatshirt for Moto. And until next time, don't forget to please stay safe, stay healthy, keep washing those hands, keep wearing those masks, and get that vaccine, get that booster shot, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Happy
Bye.
building.
Bye.
Boom, 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 boom.